Hey, I'm Chris, and this is Disney Fan Art with Chris, and we have Darren with us on here.
Hi.
And due to the fact this is our first show, we only have 2 entries. Darren actually had one, but he got upset and tore it up.
Irish temper at its finest.
So Darren, you're in Indiana right now, correct?
Yep. For a week.
For a week. And when are you making the big move?
At the end of June, the 1st of July.
Oh, wow.
We're moving back. So like the end of next month.
Yeah.
And we're already looking for houses while we're here.
Right.
Because I better spend the money now before I buy something on my PlayStation that I regret.
Hey, Candy Mom, thanks for coming in. Christina, who obviously also could probably hear me as well, can't she?
Like a new pencil. Yeah, she can hear you. She got her earbuds in. But no, I was actually going to finish that drawing on the airplane because, when the airplanes are 40,000 feet up in the air, they're pretty steady. They're not real.
Right.
But it was in the wrong luggage, so I didn't have it. So I was like, well, I'll finish it at the hotel. And I was going to do it today. And then it's supposed to rain, so I wanted to get the storage unit done too. And I'm like, how am I going to kill 3 birds with 1 stone?
Right.
And then I was trying to hurry up and finish it, and I got frustrated. And just like in art class when I was in high school, there was a few drawings I ripped up, and Mr. Harding goes, "Why'd you do that? I liked it." I'm like, "Yeah, well, you like everything that don't look good."
Oh my gosh. He actually showed me the drawing. It is not that bad. Rachel, thanks for coming in. Yeah, there. Here, let me okay, you got half of it.
Okay. Here. There we go.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. I think it looks really good.
And I was actually going to sketch it and shade it to where I didn't have to color it, make it look real nice, put some shadow in there.
Yeah. Rachel says hello, Darren.
Hi.
But yeah, so what happened? I dropped him. He dropped. Hey, Orlando Mike. Let's see if we can get Darren back in here.
Button on my phone on accident. I accidentally hit the wrong button on my phone.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. We've only got 2 entries. It's the first show. It's going to happen. And the 2 entries is, of course, mine and Christina's, which is Darren's fiance.
Yeah.
Which was funny was for the longest time she'd be on here when we were doing the sketch vlog. And I did not know who that was your fiance. I thought, who's this Chris? I even looked for her on YouTube. I'm like, who is this person? And then Margie goes, that's Darren's fiance, don't you? I'm like, oh no. I was like,
yep. She puts up with my Irish anger at times. Well, I don't really get that mad. I'm kind of over those stages.
All right. So let's go ahead and bring up the 2 we have. And then we have a little bit of something else. All right. So this is Christina's. I like it. I really do.
Yeah. Because, she always told me that she doesn't have a hand for art. And I said, well, here's your problem. Because she always told me, why can't you draw stick figures? So I kind of coached her back when we were doing them vlogs, the other ones. And I said, you can't draw the whole thing at once. You have to break it down and draw it in short increments.
Right.
And then whatever, if you keep messing something up, just skip on to another part, then go back in and just gradually fix it until your eye catches it and says, oh, that looks fine.
Right.
So she's getting a lot better. She actually could draw better than what she thought, especially cartoon characters.
Right. Yeah. She needs to play more video games. It helps with your hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, it does. And it's speaking of video games, I always remember back when I was a kid playing those. They're like, people play video games will never mount anything in life. Well, in the military, they mount to a lot because they run robots for us now. It's like, yeah, those kids that played thousands and thousands of hours of video games, now they run robots to protect our soldiers.
What about the drones?
Yeah, and the drones. But anyway, she has a hand for art. And I told her, I was like, yeah, you do. You never know it until you break down. But castles are hard to draw because there's so many daggone dimensions and things look like what you want it to look like. It never does. I'm not going to go into all that deep, like the towers.
What is this castle inspired by? Is it inspired by any of the Disney castles? She just drew a castle.
No, it's what castle is that? What castle did you draw that from?
It was from Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. She's got
some aspects I left out.
She left some stuff out that was kind of hard for her, but
right.
But she's a team player. Once we get a new assignment for a drawing, like she's in the kitchen drawing. But me, I'm a good drawer, but I had to like really be in the mood. And I tell you what, like morning times when I can just sit down and it's peace and quiet and drinking coffee, that's my times to really draw. Today I kind of got irritated like a 2-year-old. But anyway,
right.
I like that castle.
Oh yeah, I do. She's got the 2 turrets down here in the bottom. I don't know. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, of course. And it looks like a couple of more turrets up here that go kind of up the stairs. And then of course she's got the towers. And the flags, I like the flags, especially they're 2 different colors. Well, actually, it's 3. Now I noticed it. I didn't even notice the one in the middle. I think it looks good. She's actually got flags on our 3 of the towers and 4 of the turrets.
I'm just trying to figure out, are those purple bushes or are they purple flowers?
Like
I think they're
purple plants.
Purple plants.
Purple plants. Yeah, they're underwater, Darren.
Well, I don't see no water.
Well, if it's I guess you're right. This is Eric's castle. I'm thinking of, you know what I'm thinking of? Yeah, I got you.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, this isn't underwater. This is actually on land. Yes, this would be Prince Eric's castle. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go on. We'll go on to mine, which is the second entry, which is, she blew mine away, I think.
I was going to draw that.
You were going to draw?
Yeah, I was. I have a screenshot, like 3 screenshots on my phone of that castle right there. Because I've learned more about Disney in a month's time that we did them vlogs than I ever did in my life.
So,
because I'll be honest, I'm horrible when it comes to remembering things like the names of characters and this. But now when it comes to wrestling, forget it. Yeah, I know everyone.
So I messed up a little bit right in here. I colored it brown thinking it was dirt, and it's not. It's part of the wall. It should be gray. This is actually, I looked up Snow White's castle. I mean, this is the castle in Snow White. It looks cartoonish, it does, but you know, this whole thing it's Disney fan art, so we kind of make it our own anyway. So but we're not Bob Ross or anyone like that. So no, by all means.
I mean, I tell you my favorites to draw, and that's like comics. I really excel at drawing comic characters. But castles have always been a hard point for me. Right. And they are, for whatever reason, Chris, I've never been able to draw castles. I'm not kidding. In art class, we had it counted for a quarter of our grade. We had to do this like big cathedral, like a castle, like pick one out of the world anywhere. Right. I took a failing grade because I kept screwing it up. I was like, screw it. Yeah. So if nothing else, I'll just have to retake art class.
I mean, you know, it's more of an architecture. Let's see. It is. More people who came in. Like I said, we had Orlando Mike, of course, Candy Mom's here, Christina. We got Rachel in here. AB's Kitchen Recipe and Vlogs. Thank you all for coming in. Basically, this is just a short stream. It usually is, but I do have some other things to do while we're on here. Let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna cover. How about this? 19 impressive facts about Cinderella's castle at Disney World. Sound interesting?
Nice.
So I don't know if we'll get through them all, but all right. So first, the design. After 18 months of construction, the castle was completed in July of 1971. It
only took them 18 months to construct that thing?
Yeah, but I mean, okay.
Holy moly. No, I mean, that's like quick.
Yeah,
I would think, for a castle.
What do you know how many bricks are in Cinderella's castle?
3,418,972.
Zero.
None.
Yes.
That's right. I remember you saying
fiberglass. Yes. So that what I think is impressive as well is it was July 1971. Walt Disney World didn't open till October. So it is 189 feet tall, measured from the concrete bottom of the water-filled moat that contains approximately 3.37 million U.S. gallons of water. It is 100 feet taller than Sleeping Beauty's castle in California.
Okay, now let me ask this, or do you maybe you know, maybe you don't. All the castles throughout Walt Disney, no matter where they're at in the world, do they all mimic each other to the exact scale?
You know, I've seen a few, and most of them are Cinderella's castle. I don't know. I've seen the one in Paris, and I think it's like Cinderella's castle, except for there's more added to it. And but yeah, it looks like the only place. And if I'm incorrect, please somebody in the chat tell me. I believe Disneyland is the only one with Sleeping Beauty's castle, but like I said, I could be wrong. So let's see. Number 2, spires soar and ornate turrets and royal blue rooftops lure your eye to the top of the castle by using forced perspective. Onlookers are optically fooled into seeing a castle much higher than it really is. As the building becomes taller, the design proportions become smaller. With this method, the top spire is actually almost half of its perceived size. Some spires are painted gold. Spires of Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle are actually gold leaf. So the reason why it's only 189 feet was because if you get to 200 in Florida, you have to put a light on top of it for planes.
Oh, so they were too cheap to put a light on.
No. They were afraid that it would ruin, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. So I believe most of the stuff that they have there is just below 200 feet because of that. But I could be wrong, because there are some stuff that you could put a light on it and it would look fine.
Right.
So, like,
I think it'd look fine on top of there.
Expedition Everest would look fine with a light on it, I think. But, you know. So let's see. Number 3, there are 27 towers on the castle, numbered 1 through 29. Towers number 13 and 17 were deleted before construction, since they could not be easily seen from anywhere in the park, mainly due to obstruction by other Fantasyland buildings. The tower with the clock in front is number 10. The tallest is number 20, and number 23 is the other golden roof tower. For the better part of 2015, Disney has added an additional 4 turrets to Cinderella's castle, extending the lovely panorama.
You know, if that castle was really built out of real, like, material, brick, stone.
Oh, yeah.
Just think about if they would sell that, all the maybe the rich actors, actresses, singers, songwriters, whatever. Imagine if they sold that through an auction, how high that price would probably get up to.
Oh yeah. I meant think of how much of construction would be with the masonry and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, the upkeep.
Yeah. All right, number 4, lush green grass, rose bushes, and a wishing well add finishing touches to the romantic castle. Number 5, Cinderella's castle drawbridge cannot be raised, as can the bridge of Sleeping Beauty Castle in Disneyland. All right, so now we're going into construction. Number 6, again, Disney's ingenuity fools the eye to believe the castle is made of marble. However, it is made of steel and concrete. 600 tons of steel brace frame construction makes up the inner structure and is encircled by a 10-inch reinforced concrete wall. All of this is on a concrete drilled caisson foundation. Despite the appearance of bricks, none were used in the construction. So it's not fiberglass. It's actually... So here we go. Number 7, most of the interior is very hard fiber reinforced gypsum plaster supported by metal studs. There's much less fiberglass used than is commonly thought. Fiberglass was used for the more ornate exterior walls of the upper towers. Roofs are made of the same type of plastic that computer monitor shells are made from. Towers were raised by cranes, welded and bolted permanently in place.
I wonder if it had to do with maybe like if they made it that way for a financial reason. Because all the masonry stuff would be.
It could be, but you also got to think. It may have been made that way as well because of hurricanes in Florida.
That's true.
So, but I'm sure they went the route. Disney wasn't very. He wanted the best. I know that.
Yeah.
So, but this was Roy. This is Roy who finished this because Walt had passed away, and this was just Roy finishing his brother's dream there at Walt Disney World.
So I guess, as you can say, the castles are actually just kind of like an illusion in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Well, there's
it's
not just the castle. All the way down Main Street, they make the buildings look taller through forced perspective and everything like that as well. So, number 8, it is a popular legend that in hurricane force winds, the castle can be disassembled and moved to safety. As most legends go, this is total myth. It was easier to build the castle to withstand 110 mile an hour winds with more strength to spare. So
that makes sense. Yeah, making it out of steel and whatnot.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So in the archway, number 9, walking into the castle archway, one will find 5 beautiful mosaic murals telling the story of Cinderella. The series was designed by Imagineer Dorothea Redmond and set by a team of 6 artists led by mosaicist Hans. I'm gonna joke him. Scharf. I probably just butchered that. Each panel is a 15 by 10 feet shaped Gothic arch. Skilled artists took 22 months to complete the mural using over 300,000 pieces of Italian, or as my grandfather always said, Italian, but it's Italian glass in more than 500 colors. The tiles are hand cut and many are fused with sterling silver and 14 karat gold. Some tiles are as small as the head of a tack. On your next visit, spend some time enjoying this incredible spectacular. And basically, I take it for granted because I've walked by it so many times. I just,
Right. We, as Americans, I think we do that for a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We go somewhere so many times, we take a lot of it for granted. But then when you see something new, your jaw just drops. You're like,
yeah. Yeah.
And then once, the whole repetitive thing, it's just like, oh yeah, well, like the first time Christina came to Indianapolis, when we first met, she's like, oh, it's Indy. I said, it's just Indy. And then when I get to Idaho the first time, I'm like, oh man. She's like, well, it's just Idaho.
Just Idaho.
So yeah, I could see a lot of people taking it for granted, that's been there a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, evening spectaculars, number 10. On select nights, over 16 million colored lights illuminate Cinderella's castle as the sun sets.
16 million.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
Number 11. During holiday seasons and special events, the castle becomes the canvas on which a kaleidoscope of lights bring color into synchronization with the rhythm of music and the dramatic explosion of fireworks. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and Wishes. So this is a little old because Wishes has not been around for at least 3 or 4 years. Anybody in the chat know that for sure? I know it's been a while. Wishes hasn't been there. Magic Gathering of Disney Dreams are only 3 of the fabulous evening spectaculars enjoyed by WDW guests. Yeah, now it's Happily Ever After, and I think they have something else. I know they have. I don't think the Kiss Goodnight does anything, but I think there is another projection. I might be wrong. All right. Within the castle, 12. Cinderella's royal table lets you dine with Disney princesses on a fairy tale setting for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is most sought after experience, and if you are lucky enough to reserve a spot, this may be your child's most cherished memory of WDW. We've done that. and it is good. And I don't know if I'd do it again. And the reason why I say that, I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it again because I didn't think it was good or anything like that. One, there's a lot of other places I think are better than the Royal or Cinderella's Royal Table. But now if you're on the dining plan, it costs 2 table services just for that. Yeah, just for that experience. All right. Number 13, also within the castle, is the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, where young guests can be transformed into princesses and knights. Makeover package includes hairstyles, makeup, manicure, costumes, and photos. So the girls always wanted to do that, and it never happened. So if that makes me a bad parent, I guess I'm a bad parent. It's not cheap, I'll tell you that much.
No, you just wanted to save up money for that steak that you always get down there.
Well, we were going before we found out about that place. I think my mom and dad ate there at Le Cellier's, and my dad's like, you got to go try this. But Le Cellier's is doing the same thing that the Cinderella Royal Table is now, and I haven't ate there since. They take 2 table services now.
Okay, maybe you are a bad parent, Chris. No, I'm just kidding.
So number 14, a Disney family suite was planned, but after Disney died before the park opened, it was eventually turned into a Dream Suite hotel room for special guests, and even as a prize for the Disney Dreams giveaway on June 7, 2005. Disney announced the complete redecoration of the suite as a royal bedchamber, which can sleep up to 6 people. Now, see, this is what's funny, because I've always been told that that was supposed to be an apartment for Disney was a myth, that it actually back in the day when they had to have like telephone operators, that's what they used that area for back then. So I don't know if maybe it was planned to be that, and then it was, since he passed away, they just went ahead and put telephone operators in there and didn't finish it, or but yeah, they had a thing called what was it, Year of a Million Dreams, and that's where they would just come up to you and tell you won something. And when we went, and they did it all 4 parks, and we went a few times during that year, and we actually got approached twice. And the first time was we got pulled off the side and was told, how would you like to have a private meeting with a certain Disney character? And we was like, yeah, that'd be great. And they pulled us in, and we got to meet Cinderella all by herself. No line, nothing. The girls loved it. It was really neat. I mean, it was like really a private setting. It wasn't like what you had at the meet and greets at the park. Yeah. Now, the other one was we were at Hollywood Studios, and I think it was our last day there. And there was hardly a line for the Tower of Terror, and the girls just wanted to go on it over and over and over again. And we got into the room where they play the Twilight Zone and everything, like you're getting ready to go in, and they turned the lights on and said, everybody in here, you are a winner of the Year of a Million Dreams. And they gave us a lanyard with fast passes there at Hollywood Studios for each ride.
Nice.
So unfortunately, we didn't get to use ours because it was our last day and we were park hopping and we were actually done there. But it was like, I told them, I said, I'm keeping this as a keepsake, even though we're not using it. So we ended up going to other parks because we had stuff to finish up. But still, it was still a neat experience. All right, so let's see. Number 15, Disney describes in part the apartment this way in their official press release. Cinderella's Castle Suite is 4 stories above the surrounding Magic Kingdom, a salon, bed chambers, and bathroom off of a private marble-floored foyer, all replete with rich details. Number
they
six.
They do have a lot of money in that just in that castle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Number 16, fluffy feather comforters beneath the regal canopy draping of 2 queen beds, a cut stone bed chamber floor inspired by the mosaic art masterpiece that adorns the castle breezeway entrance to Fantasyland, a parlor sofa that invites kicking off the shoes and curling up to read a chapter beneath the richly detailed vaulted ceilings of the salon, familiar castle gray stone wall, rich hardwood paneling, and ornate stained glass windows. Here's I'll never see it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll never see it. It'd be nice if they did tours that would take you up there, but I don't think hardly anybody. I think the only people who get to stand anymore is like maybe celebrities that are willing to pay out that kind of money. But
yeah, I know just to get married, like I think Christina looked it up. The people get married in that place is like a ridiculous amount of money, like $250,000 or something.
Oh yeah. If I was to get married, it'd have to be probably at the All-Star Resort. So one of the All-Star Resorts. That's where I get married.
I'd get married at one of the RV parks around
the RV park. Yeah. Fort Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They got really good restaurants there. They got the Hoopty Doo Review there, and then Heaven took us to a place called Trails Inn.
Yeah.
It was. I never had smoked chicken before, Darren. It was awesome. I'd never had it before.
I had smoked chicken a lot growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because sometimes we'd have a fire burning outside and them idiots would jump in it and be like, "You're dumb."
All right. Number 17. In the foyer of the suite, guests will discover a design of the fairy tale pumpkin coach in the marble floor inlay, a memorable artifact from the story. The famous glass slipper adorns a cove. All right. So we got 2 more facts. And this one's on September 11th. As a result of September 11 attacks in 2001, amid concerns that general aviation could pose a threat to public safety, the Federal Aviation Administration placed a permanent temporary flight restriction over the entire Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida.
Wow.
I think still today you have to have special permission to just fly over.
Yeah.
So
it only makes sense because, oops, I'm about to drop my phone. Think about all the time and the money that they've invested in that park, man, just for someone to be stupid, just to come in and try to bomb it and take it all away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I understand them doing that because they just want to protect their investment.
But I don't.
I mean, come on. Walt Disney's probably one of the most popular park in the entire world.
Right. And probably only. It's only first, and then second would probably be Universal, I would say.
Yeah.
But you got to think. I wonder. I would just like to compare, and I'm not trying to put down or anything like that, but what the cost was to build all of Walt Disney World compared to the Twin Towers that were in New York.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking earlier, like, I wonder how much money was invested to build just Walt Disney World in Florida.
Oh, I meant, well, from what I understand, he got the acreage really cheap because they used another name because, you know, if they knew it was Walt Disney, they would have raised the prices of that land there. But it's the size of San Francisco, from what I understand. They said It's like, the size of 2 Manhattans? So, and they just bought more land here just recently.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah. So our
last think that a theme park is that huge.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, like you've said in the past, Walt wanted it to be its own city.
Well, from what I understand was back when he was doing this, people didn't think it was going to take on because theme parks at that time were kind of dirty and not safe.
Yeah.
So, and then when he introduced this, he kind of changed theme parks or amusement parks completely. So, all right. So our last one, 19. This is still under September 11th, I believe. Cinderella's castle is used as a visual reference. Law enforcement and Walt Disney World Cessna 172 aircraft, however, are exempt from the TFR. Cinderella Castle will remain an endearing symbol of the fun and fantasy that is Disney, Every little girl and boy who reads the stories of Cinderella and sees her castle will make a memory to last forever. So
I wonder if you did like a little survey, like when you say the word Disney World or Disneyland, what is the first thing that pops in someone's mind? Is it Mickey Mouse or is it the castle?
I don't know. I would say it's probably the castle, if I had to guess.
I would think so because of what you've been reading. It sounds to me like the castle's more of a Disney than what Mickey would be.
Right.
You know,
right.
like what you would think.
Oh yeah, yeah. But what I read this from was DisneyFanatics.com. So if any of you want to go and check that out, I think I've actually got some information off here before. But I knew we only had 2 entries for the drawing, so I figured we'd throw something in there, and we did castles, right?
Yeah.
So
I know there's one thing that I do know. I know what the top 3 probably would be in that when you say Disney. Would be Mickey, Minnie, and the castle. What order? I don't know, but I bet that castle's probably the number 1.
Well, yeah. There by no doubt. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, to me, like I said, when you walk into that place, and I don't know how it was for you when the first time. I think you said you can hardly have very many memories of it.
Yep.
But it just makes you feel like a kid again. To me,
well, that don't take much for me, Chris. I can get one of them things like you used to get at the ballpark where you dip that sugar stick in it and then you lick this. Yeah, that's all I need. But no, like I seriously want to go back because we went in '99. That's the only time I've been.
Right.
And I have slim memory of hardly anything. Look.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's why I remember the rock and roller coaster from Disney because of this shot glass. I was not kidding. I found that in the storage unit today.
Or Disney terms, it's a toothpick holder.
Yeah, well. I used to put
it's a shot glass. I know that, Darren, but that's
well.
That's
no, funny. I mean, I used to use a lot of my shot glasses for to put little mini screws in, like when I tear PlayStation controllers apart and things.
But yeah, what's funny is if you would go buy that at Walt Disney now, you pick it up and look at the bottom, it'll say toothpick holder.
Nice. Well, they owe me money because they're using my last name. So I'm just kidding.
My nickname's Toothpick.
Not mine.
But yeah, I mean, obviously this was actually meant for drawing, and we only had like
drawing / Disney facts.
Right. So I think we're gonna change it up for next week. All right.
No, here we go. Hit us with
No. I'm not gonna make a subject at all. All right. And like I said, anybody who wants to join us can join us. All right. I'm gonna make it anything art, whether you want to do painting, a sculpture, I don't care. If you paint a rock and put ears on it, something Disney. It's got to be original. It's got to be yours. You know what I mean?
I guess I'm going to have to call Hobby Lobby and see if they're open.
I mean, you can still do a drawing. You don't have to do, but what I'm stating is
I think that would be a neat.
I mean, we did 30 days of drawing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, but yeah, 30 days of drawing. So yeah, I think we should start adding a little bit more in. I mean, there's more to art than just drawing.
Yeah.
So no subject, anything Disney related, any kind of crafts that are artistic, Disney, anything like that. Like I said, take a picture of it, send it to me, and next Wednesday we will put it on the live stream, and Darren and I'll take a look at it. And
so with my drawing,
you're gonna be on the live stream next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I'll be here. So with that drawing of me getting a little irritated and rip it up, maybe I'll take it now and fold it in certain ways and make it look like a 3D castle.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
What is that? Origami. An origami castle. But yeah, so send your art to addifamilyadventure@gmail.com. As our name is Addie Family Adventures, there is no S on the adventure for the Gmail. So, but addifamilyadventures@gmail.com. I'm working overtime, so it would help if you could get it in on Tuesday next week. And it just makes it a little easier on me because we've been working a lot of overtime. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd love to see anything anybody creates. Like I said, I've said it before. If you draw a stick figure and put circles at the top of the head and call it Mickey Mouse,
Now, if I could have built a castle out of materials like Jenga blocks, popsicle sticks,
yeah,
I could, buddy, I'd blow your mind. Not in a bad way,
right?
because now that's more my forte, building stuff. I mean, I like to draw, but I like to, of course, why I say Hobby Lobby, it's funny because I like to put models together.
Right.
And that is my go-to place to get models.
Right. Yeah.
And that would be cool to find like Disney models. I'd put one together. I totally would.
Right.
Like maybe more than one, a castle model.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, isn't Pirates of the Caribbean Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a Pirates of the Caribbean ship that you can buy at Hobby Lobby, skill level 3.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is start a Fund Me account so I can get the money to go buy one to put it together.
Yeah, Candy Mom, the food at the royal table is really good. Yes, I have had it. But like I said, it takes 2 dining. If you're on the dining plan, it takes 2 table services and able to go there. And to me, it's just, I think there's other places that are just as good for just the one credit. So
I'm interested really in how much money they've invested just building the park in itself, just the buildings and the structures.
Oh yeah. But the thing is,
that's what I'm interested
they're
in.
never finished. They're never finished.
It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they've got the Tron coaster that's almost finished right now. They've got the Guardians of the Galaxy ride over in Epcot.
Okay, let's just narrow it down. I wonder how much money they have invested in just building the castle replicas. Because if I remember reading correctly, every castle that's in Disney was inspired by a real life castle.
Oh yeah,
from what I've read.
Yeah, there's one in Germany that I believe that they said that Cinderella's castle is actually inspired by.
Yeah,
so, and from what I understand, it is hard to get to it too.
It's just not, the creators, Walt, and all them other people that they just didn't say, "Oh, well, let's just make a castle like this." No, it was actually inspired by a real life building structure.
Right. Definitely, Candy Mom. If you hadn't been there, yes, I would probably, that would be something I would go and do. But I've done it. So, but this is going to wrap it up. So like I said, if you want to send in something, do a craft, do something, a drawing, a painting, a sculpture, if you want to weld something together, anything, make it Disney fan art, take a picture of it, send it in to addifamilyadventure@gmail.com. I will have the email in the description. So just in case.
Christina, she likes to bake and she watches those cake shows on TV. I think she ought to make a Mickey Mouse cake.
She's going to make a Mickey Mouse cake.
I think she should.
No, I don't want like a round cake and then 2 smaller round cakes at the top. I want an actual Mickey Mouse cake. I don't know
what you're talking about.
You can actually find the cake pans that shape.
Yeah, I know. My sister used to have one, Cornella, when she used to do cakes for people.
Yeah.
She had, any shape, size, cars, characters, all kinds of stuff. But yeah.
Right. But so this is going to wrap it up, like I said. And thanks, Darren, for being on the show. I want to thank everybody I want to thank everybody who was in the chat, and please remember to hit that like button. And If you're watching the replay, once again, hit the like button, leave a comment. And if this is the first time you've found the channel, please subscribe if you like the content. As for me, I'll be on Disney Friends with Gonzo. That's the Adventures of Gonzo. And your pal Al. And I really suggest that if you're interested in watching this kind of stuff, really go check those guys out. And then I have another live stream on Friday, but that's where I'm kind of playing a game called City Skylines, where I'm trying to build Walt's vision of Epcot.
You ought to see my vision of my city. I figured out how to make it. I'm going to have to rename it from Moose Valley to Toll Road Town. My go-to thing is building toll roads. I think I have like 9 in my city right now.
You'll have people living in toll road booths.
Hey, they have 3 choices. Pay taxes, which they don't like on that game. They don't like to pay taxes. Pay tolls or get out.
All right. Once again, thanks for being on, Darren. And
you're welcome. Thank you.
I think that's going to wrap it up. Stay in here with me for a minute. We'll talk for a little bit. But yeah, thank you all once again for coming in. And we'll be on next Wednesday at the same time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. And hopefully we'll have some creative Disney fan art. But thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you next week.